All
Hello.
right, we're live again, and thank you for tuning in at the Jets Us show. We took a little hiatus for about 2 weeks on the Jets Us show, to get some things in order, but we're back live, raw, and very uncut tonight. So of course I am King Jacob, and you always know I'm in the building with the lovely Queen Unique. What's up, Queen?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, y'all. I don't think I have to do no
She
disclaimers
said, "Hey
tonight.
y'all,"
I
like she at
mean,
the block
tonight,
party. Hey y'all.
hey, y'all. I don't think I have to do no disclaimers tonight because I think I'm going to be good tonight. We took a little break, so everything is simmered down. The church people are welcome tonight. Everybody's welcome. Seems like we're going to have that decent conversation. I got water. I don't have any wine. This is going to be pure, free, and just us tonight. So, no disclaimers, just here.
Yeah, no disclaimer. So, we back at you once again with oh man, the incomparable creative writer, uh, film director, podcast network fame filter, none other than Chicago's finest by the way of Atlanta, Mr. Terry T. Hall. What's up, T?
Hey, thanks for having me, Jacob. How you doing, Queen? Thanks for having both of y'all on y'all show today.
Thank you for joining.
Oh,
I appreciate
appreciate it.
it,
I'm
man.
honored.
So we appreciate you for coming through.
Appreciate the
I
appreciate
mean, coming through and rocking with us, man.
guys.
Word. So,
Hey, it's
just for
kind of
people
weird
who
being
don't
out
know,
of retirement.
I know, right? I know, right? So, for people who don't know who you are, man, the first thing we want to say, who is Terry T. Hall Jr.?
I just gotta say, father, brother, uncle, dad. Radio. Besides the other person being a radio personality, comic book creator, film director, producer, PR person, and just been truly blessed.
Hmm. That's a lot. That's a lot. So, before we get into the entertainment part of you and what you possess in entertainment, me and you talked about a while back, man, the battle you've been
Yep.
going through for man years after losing your daughter. So let's talk about your journey and how you overcame the obstacle and how it has reiterated your life onto a different journey. And I know it hasn't been easy, but
Nope.
let's talk
Haven't.
about the emotional and the mental feelings of a male when they lose their daughter. So I'll just go ahead and let you chime in on that.
Right. Thank you. I mean, being a father and a man and losing a child, especially my child was a newborn. She was a newborn when she passed away. And in the way, I felt cheated because I lost her the next day after she was born. And I think the hardest decision that I had to make is like the doctors was trying to, they told me the situation about her. And I was trying to find the options and different type of ways to keep her alive because I wanted to see this life grow. I want to see this life, I want to see how she's going to turn out. And when I had to make that decision, it hurted me. It hurted me. It felt like something was just ripped out of my whole soul. And I don't wish this on anybody. And if you're a man and you went through something like this, it's a painful feeling. It's a painful feeling physically and mentally because one, your child was supposed to leave before you, and had to bury her was like the worst part of the whole situation. It's like the way I felt anger. I felt mentally like asking questions to God, why? 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 But, I think it's after still dealing with it, it's have you wonders. It's wondering like how would she has been at this stage of life as a, as a child to a teenager and to an adult, and it still hurts. It still hurts mentally. But if I think that,
Wow.
like I said, when you learn how to keep your faith in God, you get a better understanding. You get a better understanding. And like I said, I thank God to this day because He kept me in my right mind because I was losing it. I was actually losing it. I was totally losing it. And that's why nothing didn't work out between me and her mother because of the situation. Because, she felt like, okay, I'm hurt, but you don't understand how I'm hurt. You don't understand my feelings. I understand your feelings, but you don't understand my feelings. I'm the one that had to live with the decision I had to do. And, through the years, I really had to put my faith in God to keep me right. And I do thank God,
Wow.
especially on this journey, giving me the direction what to do, to how to move forward. And that's the best way.
Well, I'm glad that you know that. Right. I'm glad that you can seek that guidance on that spiritual journey, from God. And, like you said, man, that's a really hard pill to swallow. Sorry you had to go through that, man. But, my condolences. But, regardless of what we go through in our lives, we're still blessed by the best. So I appreciate you sharing that. And now we're going to get into, uh, we're going to get into this business, you know, uh,
Yeah.
the Terry T. Hall Network, the business. So, man, let's talk about the uh the creation and the creative part of Hood Wars. And so
Yeah.
I just want you to go into um how you created Hood Wars and go into how you really built that format, man, because this is different, bro. This is very, very, very different.
I mean, basically, you got to think outside the box, and you look at it that our community and our city is our hood. It's a hood, and you have like the city people, blah blah blah. So basically, I was like, you know what? Let me do something different. Nobody don't talk about the neighborhood. Nobody don't. So that's why I created these bunch of heroes, this whole universe, because us in the neighborhood, we are the heroes. We are the heroes because we are the heroes, the role models, everything to the community, and nobody don't want to talk about it. And also, we're the voice at the same time. That's why
So,
I created this whole series.
Terry, I'd like to ask you where did the name is interesting? Hood Wars. Where did that name derive from? I'm just curious. I can think of so many things when being from Baltimore City and born and raised there. I can think of so many things of what that might mean, or so I'm just curious. It's definitely interesting. It's definitely a catch, and it's something I think I could use really to be able to communicate with the youth that I work with. So, I
Right.
mean, the youth like to talk about wars and sets and different things like that. So, where did that name derive from?
Because actually, I mean, it's from the neighborhood I grew up from. It's like, the neighborhood I grew up from, everybody was like a community, like a family. And like I said, they kept it real. And
Mm.
usually, that's what's wrong with our community today. That's why we falling apart because one, we're so divided. The neighborhood I
Mhm.
grew up in was always together through thick and thin.
Mhm.
So that's why I came up with the whole Hood Wars idea.
So was it
because
like hoods? Was it different hoods like warring against each other, or was it everybody kind of come together one set and we'll go to war to protect our hood? Which one was it?
it's like, okay, when some outcomer or outsider come, it's like getting together and fight for it.
Okay.
That's why I came up with Hood Wars.
So it
Because
wasn't a lot of gentrification and stuff like that going on, I take it. And if that happened, you all were protecting it. Something that we don't do now.
right, and that's what's missing in our communities. We don't fight for
Hmm.
our communities no more.
Right.
This is the time that we need to take our community back from gun violence and other stuff that's going on.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And so has this
So
and King Jacob, I'm sorry, I got like a million questions. So it's like stop me if you
I
need
know.
to. Like stop me if you need to. So like is this the comic I don't know what we call it comic. It's not just a comic book, it's a universe, like you said. So is this do you see and I know you just got back home. We were talking before the show started. You just got back home not long ago. So do you see you using this method as something that is opening up the gate for communication and for us to become a community again? And how
Yeah,
far do you see that going?
I say I go farther because okay, when I was growing up, and anybody who watched, to Foxy Brown, Shaft, all of them, there was like a community. They were
Hmm.
a community. They committed. They protected the people, and that's what's missing in our community because we're so against with each other, and we're killing each other, and we poisoning
True.
each other.
True. Facts. Facts.
so
Facts. I,
with this
I
being
won't ask no
said,
more questions. I'll wait till later.
I mean, I mean,
you good.
it's
You
deep.
you good.
It's
So so with this being said, how did you align the characters, from the the older, the intermediate to the younger characters, even the baby characters. Like, so how did you
Mhm.
line those characters from the community and with the writing part, when you sit there writing and thinking about what this character does and how this character implements this character and how they grow the community together as one, how was that process for you?
it's actually based from the neighborhood I lived in all my life before I moved to Atlanta. So, being in this neighborhood, the people, you know, that's what it's based off of. And like I said, to this day, you never forget where you come from.
Mhm.
And with that said and done, that's what's missing with each and everybody. And when you get a piece of success, you always cannot forget what made you come to that, made you successful. You
Right.
gotta can't forget who the people that help you along the way.
Right.
And that's what's missing.
Hmm.
We're being so selfish,
Okay.
it really don't
And
make no
so,
sense.
mm, right. And so, this is a remarkable thing that you're doing, you know, um, with this live, raw, and uncut series. And so, with that being said, what are the promotions and the marketing strategies to reach out to the masses? Because this is something different. It's something new. It's something that we haven't seen as far as when it comes to our Black community, and the creation of it is like, man, it's mind-boggling. So, with that being said, what's the strategies to really reach the masses? And when you reach the masses, do you really understand how much traction this is going to get and how fast that things are going to come when it comes to you creating what you've created?
I mean, because one thing I got to thank God that gave me the idea for it, because with
Mm-hmm.
this whole creation, how we're going to market it, it's like we want to reach out not only the young people, also the older generation as well, because we bringing back what's been missing so long into our programs and also in our communities as well. And that's like the big factor. And then, like I said, being out there promoting it, me being in media, that's like the best advantage as well. But like I said, it takes the team to make things
Right.
successful.
Hmm. And so,
So
with that being said, back to Queen Unique question. Um, how will this impact the community and the youth? And how would you reiterate what you're doing into the nonprofit world? So,
man, to make
with
it
this
more
being
interesting,
said, this
is
is
I mean, because like I said, it's gonna take people like me, it's gonna take people like you, like Queen, to help push this product out. It's not about me, it's about everybody that's involved.
Mhm.
That's the main key.
hmm.
And finding those
All right.
those
So,
heroes in
with you
our
being from,
community. Like I want to see more heroes in our community. Um, I was honest. I said I wasn't into the comic world when I was younger, but now, like one thing I learned about happy and healing, that the best place to begin that journey is going back to the child inside of you. I was told before that the happiest moment is when you can just find and allow the child to live in you again. And just finding our heroes in the community that's in that comic book, like where are they? And can we wear the uniforms? Like, do we gotta put the uniforms on to show up and just kind of
I
get
mean,
out
I
there?
think today we wear our uniform every day on
Yes.
social media and also in the public. We wear our uniform every day because people
Yeah.
who watch us on social media, we are the heroes. We already their hero because they're watching and believing in us of
Yeah.
what we. And like I said, at the same time, it comes from the heart. It's the
Yes.
heart.
Okay, that makes sense. Like I already imagining myself into like the comic cartoon. Now I want a cartoon me.
I mean, because
hmm.
to this day, I'm still a big kid. Yes, I'm a geek. Yes, I'm a nerd. But I'm using it in a way to attract what people want to see.
Yes. Yes.
And
All right,
so,
Yeah.
with that being
King Jacob,
said,
you better go ahead before I
um,
take over the whole show.
so with that being said, man, can you display the different type of scenes, or can you talk about the type of scenes and
And the
like
characters. I
with the
don't know
Hood
about the
Wars?
characters.
I know
Wow.
there's
Okay.
yeah
Let me
yeah
give you a
the
little synopsis on what's going on because basically it all started from my character, aka Black Silk, aka Knighthood. He's a he's the entrepreneur, the ultimate entrepreneur.
Oh.
But when I say the ultimate, yeah, the ultimate. So basically, when he went into space, he crashed on this planet. He fell in love with this Amazon princess, and she gave him this tech. And her brother thought he was stealing, and he don't use his powers, so he accidentally used his powers and killed him.
Oh.
And he felt guilty about it because he don't believe of using his powers. So
Oh.
basically, when he went back to Earth and along with the tech, he felt really bad because he had blood on his hand.
Oh.
And
Wow.
the princess had a broken heart and became a woman scorn. Trust me, she comes to Earth after him. So that's what makes it more interesting. So that's what makes it more interesting. And then he decided to retire. After he says he made tons of money off the tech. So he retires. Here comes this big incident. All these adults is doing crazy stuff. And to make a long story short, it's a major twist behind all this because actually it's going to be children behind the whole thing.
Wow. So are the children
Mm.
like
And
baby
so
heroes?
No, it's gonna be a set of children are the villains.
Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, okay. Oh, I want to watch it. Okay.
No, because you look at it, we look at these movies, we look at these movies, we always see the adult as the villain. So
Uh-huh.
I decide to
Oh,
I decide to flip it.
that is so real life though. Like nowadays, I mean, and I come in for the youth. I love my youth. Anybody who know me, I stand with the youth all day, every day.
Mhm.
But the youth, they are fearless. They are not afraid of anything. They about it. They ready for whatever, whenever, however you want to do it. And
Mhm.
so I can already envision like what's going on, or like, oh whoa, I need this, and I need this in our enrichment workshops. Like, definitely.
And then on top of it, they kidnapped the president, which is going to be a female.
They kidnap who?
The president, which is a female.
Oh Lord, the
President.
kids kidnap the president?
Yeah.
Oh Lord, yeah, that's about some kids I know. Okay. Oh Lord. Okay. Like, let's get this going. Oh Lord. Okay.
These are like super
And
genius
so
kids.
Wow. Wow. Mm.
with that being said, me and you also talked about um the iconic community heroes. Let's
Right. That's
let's get
like
more
the
into the
new batch.
iconic community
The
heroes,
new batch.
which is the
Yeah.
which is a separate entity, correct?
No, they're all part of the whole Hoodwood universe.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And so, tell me how that creation came about with the iconic community heroes.
You gotta look at it because you have your Avengers, you have your Justice League. So that's how I combine the two, because you have
Uh-huh.
your Justice League. It's like Justice League being the Avengers, but they all in the same community,
Hmm.
Mm.
Okay.
and they are like
Wow.
Greek. They have powers from the Greek gods.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, that's more interesting though.
So
Yeah.
and so Queen Unique, this week me and Terry have been talking, right? And
Yep, we
I asked
have.
him a couple weeks ago, how could I be a part, right? And so this week he sent me my character. So I wanted to surprise you and tell you on the show.
Oh
And
Lord, so
so
you had a
let's talk
character?
about Sigma Man. Yes,
Cena
yes.
Man
So let's
have
talk
like
about Sigma Man.
well during the day he's a detective. He's a former cop. He decided to start his detective agency because he didn't like what was going on in the police force because of being the prejudice and also Black Lives Matter
Mm.
and also there was crooked cops in the whole city as well. So he decided, call it quits. He retired. He started his detective agency because he loved his community so much. And and being a police officer, he felt like being the bad guy. Well, what's going on
Mhm.
because of the police brutality and some other stuff.
Mm. So he started fighting. He started warring with the children. He started warring with the universe against the police department.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's like him and a couple of other. It's like it was kind of prejudiced because there's like certain police officers with super abilities, and
Wow.
he was seeing the crookedness, the prejudice, and he's like, you know what, I'm finna give you back my badge, and I'm finna do something different because my community is so more important than this job. Try to we supposed to protect and serve, but we're not protecting and serving, and that's why he left the force.
Wow. I think that Didi has left the force too. I think it's I think they now like just keep the peace. I had spoke to an officer about that statement, the protect and serve, and he said, "No, we don't protect and serve. We just keep the peace." I said,
Mhm.
"What?" So I didn't even know that they don't protect and serve anymore. So, and that's your character, King Jacob.
I mean, because basically in this film, it
Yes.
talks about real issues,
Mm-hmm.
real
Yeah,
issues.
I'm liking it.
That's my character, Queen.
Wow, I
Trust me,
like this.
I got one for you. I'll send that to you later.
Wow, I like this.
Okay.
I want to go with the kids and kidnap the president's like, let me stop.
But the
Oh wow.
interesting part, I did the first black female president in this project.
Wow. Oh wow. This is gonna be good. I almost feel like we need some reenactments. We need this like everywhere. I can't wait. So when is this project due to drop and take place?
We're looking, like I said, right now we're still in the beginning stage with the casting. Then also we're trying to get more investors involved. It's a lot of work behind the scenes.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then June 26th, I will announce the other director of the film as well, besides me.
Okay.
And then August 1st, I'll announce the executive producer of the film as well too.
Okay. Nice.
So both of them will be on my podcast next month.
Okay, good. I'll make sure that I tune into that and I
Okay.
start following. I
And
can't wait till
then
it come out so I can see
Right.
what's going on. I'm interested.
in all the rest of the month, the people we cast, we're gonna be interviewed on my podcast and make the announcement and their character as well.
Okay, nice. Okay, I like it.
So I'm doing a different market strategy. I really do it like live on my show.
That's good. That's good information. And is a good tool to teach people too how this casting actually goes. I know I'm learning a lot about what casting call looks like and what's needed for those different kind of things. And it's is interesting in the entertainment world because you use that casting call word for multiple things, but different. It's different. Mm, it's not all the same. If that makes any sense. Like you can go to a casting
I
call.
learned all that. I learned that, about what goes on behind the scenes and casting because like I said, I'm a radio personality. And once I got my press pass, it opened up that door to see the whole reality of what really goes on.
A lot of hard work. So I have major respect now to, people that's in the public sector and the entertainment world. Like it is a lot of work that go on. I didn't know a lot of things. I'm just a cosmetologist. So now that King Jacob and our platform have me just magically going into universes, I don't know how I got there. And I'm so I'm so amazed at just all the work that's put into production and just the
Yep.
different people that's behind it. It is a
Yep.
lot of
I
work
think
to make it happen.
I learned it really, 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 really because I was featured in a magazine from Iconic Magazine with Von Donald.
Okay.
Since I was on the cover and inside the magazine, it was a lot of work behind the production.
Mm-hmm.
It was a
It
lot of work.
is. It is. And it's a lot of work in pieces to make everything come to light and manifest projects. Long hours, and a lot of work. So much respect and thank you for really thinking about the community and bringing some of these issues that we have to light behind the scenes and definitely in a creative way. I think we need to see the comic books out there. I'd rather look at a comic book and read these things opposed to a newspaper or CNN. For one, they don't give us a lot. It's only a couple minutes, and we don't get to use our own vision. And it's just like it's almost like the picture is painted within seconds, and it's so much information that's critical that's missed. And if we're
Because
not getting that
also
information, how can we really do anything in the community, or even so much as see ourselves in those iconic positions, or even know that we are heroes. Sometimes you just feel like what you're doing, it doesn't matter. But talking to you, it clearly states that everybody do matter and everybody do have a part in it. So I'm excited to see what it is that,
And
you
I
know,
just
is going
added
to come.
something else towards the whole movie is going to be interesting because I'm going to have whoever I cast to be the news reporter. She's going to
Oh,
be like the Lois Lane. So during the action stuff, she'll be reporting, what's going on, and also she'll have her news broadcast. She'll be like reporting what's going on with the heroes and other stuff as well.
nice. Nice. Okay, y'all. I
Yeah,
see
this is gonna be
y'all.
awesome.
Okay.
This is gonna be dope.
Huh?
It's
Yeah,
Oh
gonna be
yeah,
dope.
it is. And
This is gonna be dope.
it's something that we're not leaving the youth out of, like something that's going to attract them, they can relate to, they can have a part of, be able to read. Family too, even those adults. I know a lot of adults miss those comic books and wish they can go back to the time. So I'm happy that we're bringing these things back, and then for people like me, we can learn
I
about
think
the
my
storyline.
biggest influence was Stan Lee. Stan Lee was my
Nice.
biggest influence, and I got a chance to met him and also Chadwick Boseman for the private party for the movie Black Panther. So
Yeah.
having that chance was like a true blessing.
Like I got a joke, y'all. When I was going to see the Black Panther, let me tell y'all. So King Jacob, I'm like radical, right? So I hadn't watched none of the previews or anything
Right.
like that. I was like, all right, I'm going to get some tickets. I'm going to see the Black Panther. I'm thinking, it was the Black Panther, the activisms and stuff like that. So when I get to the theater, I'm like, this a Marvel movie? So I'm like, I don't even know about this. But I sat there and that was an awesome movie. It was awesome. I loved every bit of it. I wish that we could keep that energy going though. I mean, it seems like when the movie had came out, we was on fire as a community. We were starting to have
Oh
real
yeah, because I mean
conversation.
that was like man crazy because you had people dressed as Black Panther, these
Yes.
characters. They really came out for this film, and
Yeah.
being there at the premiere was like I said, I was a tad nervous. And then, like I said, interviewing the cast, interviewing Stan, I'm like, man, I'm interviewing my biggest idol who made me
Right?
get into comics. And it's like, I thank God for that. I
Yes.
really thank God for that because also I have to thank, George Jones for giving me the opportunity to become a radio personality and gave me a press pass. I know I talk trash, but he believed in me. And I'm truly blessed because that's why I tell people I'm Chicago's is one home and Atlanta is another home.
Hmm.
And I have, like I said, I have family both states, Atlanta and Chicago.
Hmm.
And to this day, we still help each other out, support each other, and that's what's missing.
Yes.
That's what's missing. And like I said, a lot of people who don't know Atlanta, never lived in Atlanta, it's so many opportunities. That's like it's Black Hollywood, Black Wall Street, everything.
Oh yes, yes. Everywhere you go in Atlanta is something going on. It's something to do. It's someone wanting to talk to you. Who are you? How can we help you? Like Atlanta, Georgia too is like becoming my second home these days. And when I go down there, it's just soon as you step down there, you just feel the energy in you. You ready to go. It's amazing, and it's the Black Mecca. And
And I'm
that's how
still blessed because I
healing.
still have business in Atlanta as well.
I mean, I feel like once you're in Atlanta, that's a forever relationship. That's a relationship that I don't really see going anywhere. Um, I don't know. I don't know if that's like the real southern. I'm in Charlotte, and it's like sometimes things is like Charlotte has no culture but its own culture. So if you're not from here, even though Charlotte is kind of going into the film and different things like that, but you really have to know someone in Charlotte to be able to get into those sectors like that. In Atlanta, it does not matter. Someone will
No.
walk up to you and say, "Who? Hey, who are you?" It's almost like if you're in Atlanta, you just got to be somebody. And
Exactly, and that's what it felt. Okay, it was funny because coming from Chicago, moved to Atlanta, it was like in open arms because it's like that's when like the dope guys like, you know what, you're here for a reason. And opened up that door and took me to that next level.
yes,
And it was funny about that because George, it was funny because the day I, started my first radio show, he said, you know what, first of all, let's get this straight. You're going to be trouble. I already know you. Second, I believe in you because you're going to show an example for everybody at this radio station, and which I did. I did because I was never afraid to, and he wanted me to be myself. He said, do everything your way. I said to myself, bad choice. Bad choice.
Oh, wow.
It was funny about that because talking trash to a WWE wrestler, shut down Church's Chicken, and talking trash about the owner of the station. Like, oh wow. He's like, and everybody's like, dude, you're the bad boy of this, aren't you? And like, already hard-headed. And that was like the worst part of the whole situation. Like, at least I'm smart how to market myself with this.
Right.
And I became successful with it. Once he gave me that press clearance, I said to myself, dude, you just opened up hell gates.
And so how old were you when you got into the whole industry? Were you a kid, or did you what drove you to go to Atlanta? Was it just
after my divorce at 29?
Okay.
After my divorce at 29, since it didn't work out, we just lost our child. So I said to myself, God, what is next for me? And I ended up, and my uncle, he was in the clubs as a DJ, and I started to get into being a club party promoter, which I was successful in that.
Okay. So did it go from you going out to Atlanta like one weekend, or did you make provisions and you already said, look, I'm gonna go out there and I'm going, I have entrance in this.
I was dating somebody during that time. And she was in Atlanta. I'm in Chicago. So basically, I was flying back and forth.
Okay.
Flying back and forth. And she ended up being pregnant. So we ended up and stuff. So I made a decision, I've been here too long. My daughter's gone. And I recently lost my mom in 2007. And I was still going through the stuff with that. It was time to me just to, see what else. What else? And I have to think my kid's mother. Was it for her, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in right now.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. So purpose pain is what I like to call it. You took something with that pain and you did something purposeful with it.
Right.
Good. I like that.
I was already suffering enough. I didn't want to go into a deep depression because of my child and because of my mom.
Right.
I had to see what's next. And I have to thank my kid's mother because when I was flying back and forth to Atlanta, especially I was in Atlanta and we was going to the zoo, we was doing other stuff in Atlanta. And I was like, you know what? I've been in Chicago all my life. Maybe it's time to me to see what's next for me. And I took that risk.
Wow.
I took the risk.
And so the connections that you built in Hot Atlanta, and now that you take those connections back to the Chi, how does those connections coexist with each other?
I think it's a blessing. Coming back home, I'm picking up where I left off. That's like the best part because I didn't have to really I need to do this and do that. No, when people in Chicago knew I was back. It was like, oh, you already know this is what we're gonna do because you back because we missed you for the last 17 years. Like, I'm like to family, to associates. I was like, the first thing that came out of their mouth was like, welcome back. You're not going nowhere this time again. So with your family and your associates, like you back. Oh no. You're not going away this time.
Wow.
It to me it's fun and
Well,
funny.
I mean, right. So Chicago is a very, very busy place as well, and so is
Exactly.
ATL. But I've had a chance to go out there to Chicago on some music business before, and Chicago is different from the South, but at the same time, great business, yeah, great business coexists itself. But you have to know that you can't move the same as you move everywhere as you can in an inner city. Atlanta is an inner city, but Chicago is inner city. It's a difference. It's a big difference. So with that being said, Chicago is your city. That's where you're from. So we see
I
and
gotta
hear
say,
a
like
lot of
I
stuff
tell people
about the
it's
shot.
both
And
because my people in Atlanta, like, you know what? The reason why we miss you because you made a whole bunch of noise. you changed Atlanta because you brought something different. I'm like, yeah, because I'm from the north. I'm from Chicago. Of course, I'm gonna bring something that y'all never saw or and had done before. And coming back home and picking up what I left off is like riding a bike. And sharing my sources with them and my connections with them from Atlanta, it's been a blessing.
Nice.
It's like best of both worlds.
With everything that's going on, right? So with everything going
I
on
would
in
never
the
trade
shot,
in the whole
Terry,
wide
it's
world.
a
I've
lot
been
been going on
truly
in the shot.
blessed for the last 48 years.
I can dig it. So this is what I want to ask you. We see a lot that go on in Chicago on the news. We read a lot of articles and stuff like that. So with what you're doing with Hood Wars and the whole comic book thing,
hello,
how do you think that you can Can you hear me? How do you think that you can reiterate the youth and what is going on with the youth in Chicago? Can you hear me?
I'm not sure. I can hear you. I'm not sure if he can.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
No, I can't hear you.
Oh, he can't. I can hear you.
You can
nope, I can't hear you.
Oh.
Nope.
Oh, you can't.
It might be something with this connection.
I don't know what happened.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, it might be his connection. He might have to go out and come back in.
So maybe he need to check. Okay.
Huh?
I can't hear you.
So
you might need to take him. You might need to take him out and then bring him back in.
Okay. Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Yeah, can you hear me?
Still can't hear you.
He still can't hear? We can hear him just fine.
No, we can hear you clear.
Yeah, but he can't hear us saying that, so.
Right.
Did he go out?
Let me put the headphones on, see if he can hear me that way. So I don't know. I don't know if he went out.
I don't think he can hear me either.
No.
Terry, can you hear me? He can't hear neither one of us. So it has to be his connection. Or maybe
Queen, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, oh. Yeah, I can hear you fine.
We sound like that commercial. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
but
Maybe
we
you have
can't
to
hear
take
him.
him all the
So
way. Maybe you have to take him all the way out and then bring him all the way back in. Like maybe you have to just take him out completely and then invite him back in. Perhaps. But I'm not sure if he's gonna know that you're inviting him back in. Let me see. He's not all the way out, I don't think.
well, Queen, no, I don't think so either.
I was trying to help and took my own self out. Oh, he's back. How's the connection now? Hello? King Jacob.
Hello, are we back?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Still can't hear you.
Oh, Terry
Terry, can
still
you hear me?
can't hear. He said no. He said
Huh,
no.
I don't know. Something must be something. Maybe okay. Something may be wrong with his connection.
Or I wonder if he maybe pressed something
Still can't hear you.
because we can hear him fine.
Hmm.
We down to 4 minutes anyway, so
Okay.
maybe we can talk to him on the back
Well,
end since we down to 4 minutes.
okay. So we have discussed the Hood Wars.
Can't hear you.
Wow. Um, comic book
And
series coming.
now StreamYard
Queen, what
have
do you
a
think?
I think that Hood
What do you
Wars
think,
have
Queen?
met I think that Hood Wars have met us on the podcast tonight because King Terry is out of here. Even though he appears to be here, he can't hear anything that's going on. So it looked like the action has already started. It looks like that we are going to be winning. No, I think it was actually interesting. I think it was a great show. I'm definitely looking forward to him, bringing on his Hood Wars. I think it's a good strategy to bring into the community and to rejuvenate the community to have some of that fun going on with the comics and also bringing real life situations into the animation world. So I think it was good. I'm looking forward to your character. I'm looking forward to Terry's character and all of the universe characters that's in there. And I learned a lot tonight. I learned about plots. I learned about what comic world is. I know I had been hearing some of it, but I'm excited about it. I'm excited. I didn't know you took a part in there, so that's pretty interesting. Now we know that you're a cop. You're a cop in the Hood Wars comic, but a cop that quit.
But I I don't know what your character is going to be, but you will have one. So I'm told. So
Okay.
we'll find out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So I can't
thank you
wait. I
guys for
can't
tuning
wait.
in. Yeah. So thank you guys for tuning in to none other with Queen Unique and King Jacob, the Just Us show, where it's a community and it's just us. And so until then, have a pleasant and a safe week, and y'all stay blessed by the best and peace. We out of here.
Peace.